Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nerdy Operator. Today I just want to talk about the first two episodes of the Book of Boba Fett. So spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen the first two episodes. If you haven't and you don't want to know what happens, I suggest that you stop watching now, go watch, and then come back and watch this. So yeah, we're just going to be talking about my impressions, how I felt about it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So to start, I was kind of expecting them to show how Boba Fett, how he crawled out of the Sarlacc pit and survived. It was cool that they did that. It was very disgusting. So, I expected that. However, I have felt that after watching the first two episodes, it's very boring. And honestly, it just doesn't have what shows like, say, The Mandalorian has. So what do I mean by that? Well, in the first episode, there was a lot of jumping back and forth between from when Boba escapes the Sarlacc pit to after he claims Jabba's throne at the end of The Mandalorian Season 2. And that, I expected it, but at the same time, it's a little bit much. It's just like, we don't really need that much of a jumping and like back and forth between past and present, at least not for the first episode. That's just my personal opinion. Sorry guys, I still have the cough from COVID. And I was honestly expecting there to be a lot more action than there actually was, and even the little bit of action that we got, I don't really think that the fight choreography was really there. Honestly, to me, it kind of felt like watching Episode 8. And that movie was so bad that even the fight choreography was bad. And that's kind of what it felt like the first episode. The scenes where Boba and Fennec get attacked by assassins, it's just like, there didn't really seem to be any real fight choreography. It looked very lazy. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of time and effort put into it. And from what I can gather, Tamora Morrison did most of his stunts. And I understand that, he's not a young actor by any means, but it's just like, I don't know. I just felt like the fight choreography just wasn't there. Felt like it was very lazy, very bland. And I was a little confused as to why the first episode was shorter than the first one. The first episode was only 39 minutes long. The second episode was almost an hour. Excuse me, guys. So I thought that was a little bit weird. And then the second episode, it focused mainly on everything Boba did after he escaped from the Sarlacc. Like the Jawas, they confiscated his armor, his weapons. He was left out in the desert to exposure, was found by Tusken Raiders as a prisoner, and then after being attacked by some weird giant super ant looking monster in the Dune Sea, the Tusken Raiders, accept him as a friend, and teach him gaffy stick combat and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of cool. A little bit contradictory when it comes to what we know from the Tuskens. I understand that this is a completely new canon, but I was a little bit thrown off by the Tuskens being a little bit friendly towards Boba after that. I thought it was cool that Boba would go on to teach them how to operate speeder bikes and stuff like that to take down it looked like a Pike Syndicate train that was just roaming the Dune Sea. He showed them to drive those speeder bikes, and then they took it down and looted it, took all their valuables, food, water, stuff like that. So I thought that was cool, but I don't know. I just kind of, I was just a little bit thrown for a loop seeing the Tusken Raiders be, I guess for lack of a better word, friendly. not really saying that's a bad thing. It's just I just honestly thought it was weird. I did think it was kind of cool how they had a couple of flashbacks to his childhood, especially at the Battle of Geonosis when he picks up his father's helmet. I thought that was kind of cool. There was one scene where you see young Boba's reflection in the glass on Kamino. I couldn't tell for sure, but it looked like they might have used the face of the child actor from episode 2. It was kind of hard for me to see for sure, but so I thought that was kind of cool. And I can't help but wonder what is really like afflicting Boba, because he's always in a back to tank whenever he's not, out doing something. So I'm wondering if sorry guys, I'm wondering if maybe they are going to incorporate what happened to him in the original canon, the expanded universe. For those of you that don't know, by the time that Luke Skywalker's kid and nephews and nieces had all grown up and become Jedi and adults and stuff like that, because Boba Fett was a clone, he had experienced some cell degradation at an alarming rate that could only be really helped by someone with Kaminoan science knowledge. And so he was searching out a certain Kaminoan scientist to help him with it. It was basically like, even though he didn't have growth acceleration, his body was deteriorating much faster at the cellular level. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on now, and that's why he's always in the back to tank. And it will definitely be interesting to see where this show takes Boba. I don't know if the show is a limited series or if they actually plan to have, future seasons. Anyone who knows, feel free to put that in the comments, because I sure as hell don't. I couldn't really find anything on it one way or the other. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. But yeah, it's just a boring start so far. A little bit boring. I'm hoping that we'll see a little bit more action, a little bit more Boba badassery like we did in Mandalorian Season 2. But I guess we will see. And I'm actually quite curious as to where they're going to go when it comes to the Obi-Wan show and the Ahsoka show. I know that, in case anyone didn't know, Hayden Christensen will be playing Darth Vader in the Ahsoka show, which I thought was pretty cool. Or Anakin. I don't know if he's going to be a Force ghost, because supposedly the Ahsoka show is going to be taking place alongside The Mandalorian and Boba Fett. So, I guess we'll see. But both Mandalorian and Obi-Wan are slated to premiere later this year. It is 2022. Cool beans. Happy New Year, everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much.